Hey, good morning. It's Sunday morning. I just woke up and today I want to take you with me with doing some plant chores, doing some stuff in the garden and some other random Sunday morning stuff. And of course there are dogs involved because they are my children. So let's go. So I totally forgot to introduce them. This is Cookie and this is Harvey. This is the girl on weight management because she was getting kinda thick. And this is Harvey and he's just a regular sized, even a small sized Chow Chow and a kinda oversized Corgi. Sunday mornings are also for doing the laundry. Can someone explain why you always end up with so much laundry? I have 3 baskets which I use and they are all full. I forgot to introduce someone else. This is our cute little cat and his name is Foxy. And he just learned how to walk through a cat door, which was so fun to see. I'm gonna show you the cat door. His personality changed so much. He has been going outside for, let's say, 1.5 to 2 years, but before that he stayed inside because we were living in an apartment. But he has become so much more relaxed and cuddly, which is a nice thing because that's also one of the reasons why you get a cat or a dog. So first thing is watering the plants, and also gonna add these nutritions from Hazy Houseplant Elixir because this is very weak fertilizer, so I fertilize almost every time I water the plants, except for when it's really cold, dark and gloomy outside during the darker periods. But the rest of the year, let's say from February, March till October, I just use nutritions all the time. If you are wondering why we have a lamp hanging above nothing, that's because our table used to stand here. So then was the lamp above the table, but now I changed the table to this side because I like the open space more. But now we have a lamp which has no purpose, but... A lot of people do know this plant. It is called a string of hearts because the leaves, they kind of look like hearts. But I heard and I saw that these plants do actually quite well in an inorganic substrate, which is a substrate which has no organic material. So there's no soil or anything that comes from like organic material. I don't know how to explain it easier, but it means that you grow your plants in, for example, these little stones, which I do with a lot of my plants. And I saw a post from someone on Instagram that these plants actually do quite well in a stony substrate. So today I'm gonna repot this little beauty. I'm gonna put the substrate in the pot and then I'm gonna rinse through because there's a lot of dust and sand in the substrate, which I want to get rid of as well. So a quick explanation about self-watering pots because it's actually interesting to know and also very useful to know if you grow like a lot of plants and you are interested in growing a little bit easier. So these are the pots from Le Cousapan, or Le Cousa because the substrate is called Le Cousapan, but the brand itself is called Le Cousa or it's Le Cousa, I'm pretty sure. And they work in the following way. We have an outer pot or a water reservoir which holds the water, and this is just a pot, a plastic pot, and that's it. Then we have the inner pot, which is the pot where you're actually gonna pot up the plant in, which has like a water meter which indicates the max and the low point. So when it hits max you should stop watering, and when it hits low you should water again till it hits max again. Honestly, I do find these pots hideous. Well, hideous is not the right word, but it doesn't fit my home. So what I normally do, I do the following thing. I have a pot which fits my interior, and then I place the pot in here, and then it's covered up. So right now I have a pot with a pot in a pot. It's all about pots. So when you're repotting a plant from an organic substrate into an inorganic substrate, it is important to really rinse the roots, make sure that there is no soil left on the roots. It is okay if you snap off a couple of roots, but be as careful as you can. And when there is no soil left on the roots, you can just pot it up normally, which you would also do with a plant in soil. Now it's time for a break because they're barking, which means that they want to go out. No, I'm kidding, they're just barking randomly. But we're gonna walk the dogs because they also need to do their... Check how pretty this is. Finally show up because she is somewhere there. This morning I also want to do some garden stuff because it's growing a lot of weeds everywhere. It's literally the least favorite thing of owning a garden, but also one of the most rewarding things because it just makes such a difference if you have like a lot of weed growing everywhere or when it's just a cleaned garden. I hurt myself. I just want to take the time to show you my hosta collection because I absolutely love them. He's angry. Oh. So I actually started collecting hostas because my grandmother is collecting hostas and also my mother is collecting hostas. Sorry if you hear my dog breathing in the backward because he is just still running around like he lost his mind. The reason why I love hostas is because they have such a cool pattern on the leaves, and you also have some pretty big varieties, which for example this is a pretty big variety, but it's still growing. And they come in so many different colors and patterns. For example, this one has like a little line in the middle. They are just so pretty. They are literally my favorite plants to grow outdoors. Check it out, how cute are they? But they're still growing because it's only April and well, they really need to take off. So to get rid of any weed, I'm using this little tool, but then I have to sit on my knees. So we're going to the action to get like a long tool, which also has the same blade. And also gonna get some cleaning vinegar because that's also very useful to get rid of any weeds. So I'm just gonna spray that on every tile, and then hopefully when the sun gets out, it will just burn. Or yeah, I think it will burn. I think that's the right thing that's gonna happen. Let's burn some weed. She is the cutest. I love her so much. She was actually the first dog that we bought, and I had to pick between buying or getting my driver license or buying a corgi, and guess what I chose? I chose the corgi, and she has been the best decision when it comes to money making decision or money spending decision that I ever made, because she's my best friend. Oh, I'm sorry girl. She's so sassy. Boop. This is stuff I was talking about. This is the cleaning vinegar, which I will use to get rid of all the weed that's in between the tiles. So I just finished a small part of the garden, but as you can see it's getting cloudy and kind of cold, so I'm going inside to do some editing, and then the rest of the Sunday I'm just gonna relax and get my well-rested rest after a week of hard work.